Morning, students. So students, in this chapter we will discuss about the religious movement, right? The Bhakti movement. So in class 6 you learned about the ancient history, Upanishads, Vedas, then Bhagavad Gita. So that from 1st to 5th century. Now from 7th to 9th centuries there was one period that was a Bhakti period. That was a period of medieval, right? So in class 6 your whole history is based on medieval period, and in class 8 you are going to learn about the modern period. That is why history is divided into three periods: ancient period, medieval period, and modern period. So medieval period was a period of great developments in religion and the emergencies of religious teachers. During this period, the two most popular movements in the field of religion were Bhakti movement, and the next one is your Sufi movement. So we'll discuss about the Bhakti movement firstly. So Bhakti, what is Bhakti? Bhakti means it's a Sanskrit word which means to share. When we share something with the other people in the phrase of God, right? Means the ideas of devotion to one supreme God. This is the meaning of bhakti, right? You see here, between 7th and 9th centuries, because of extremely rigid nature of caste-ridden society of South India, the Bhakti movement gained much popularity there. Two religion groups, namely the Nayars and the Alvars, emerged who led the Bhakti movement in the south. So, the early medieval period saw the rise of new religious movement in South India. It was led by the Nayars and Alvars. So, Nyanars. The Nyanars were the saints devoted to Shiva, and Alvars were the saint devoted to Vishnu. Means it was led by the Nyanars and the Alvars. So the Nyanars were the worshippers of Shiva, and Alvars were the worshippers of the Vishnu. So while some of these saints were Brahmas, others belonged to lower caste. So these lower caste means untouchables, right? Like the lower caste, like Pulier and the Penaras. Between the 5th and the 9th century, these saints revitalized the bhakti movement and renewed the form of devotional worship throughout their subcontinent. So it means that they traveled from place to place, visiting different temples dedicated to their deities, and preach complete devotion towards God, right? So Nainars, right? They were the worshippers of Shiva. So that is why they Nainars, they sang devotional hymns to their god Shiva, right? And Alvars, they popularized Vaishnavism. It means sang in the phrase of Vishnu, right? So they took inspiration from the beautiful sincere expression of love, faith, and heroic deeds as narrated in the Sangam literature. So in this Sangam literature, all the things that are mentioned here, right? And that was composed between 2nd and the 5th century. So the Alvars here, from this column, this thing is, first line is very important. The Alvars composed around 4,000 Tamil verses from 9th to 10th centuries. Okay, from which centuries? 9th to 10th centuries. And how many verses?